Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. We've got a very intriguing super middleweight fight coming up at the weekend. And this is going to be between Diego Pacheco, 24 years of age, undefeated. He's going to take on Kevin Sadjo of France, also undefeated. Pacheco's had 24 wins, no draws, no defeats, with 18 KOs. And Sadjo has had 26 wins with 23 KOs, no draws, no defeats. Now, Sadjo is, like I say, he's from, I think he's originally a Cameroonian guy, but he's spent his entire, I think probably most of his life, never mind his career, in France. He's an orthodox fighter. He's quite short for the weight. He's about 5'8", and he's 35 years of age. And if you're a British fan, you may have seen him 4 years ago taking on Jack Cullen and stopping him in 6 rounds. That was in Manchester. But he has spent most of his career fighting in France. And I can't remember whether he's fought in America before. I don't think he has. But Pacheco, this is pretty much home advantage for him. He is 11 years younger at 24, orthodox fighter. Much taller. I mean, he's about 6'3", 6'4", Pacheco. So we're talking probably a difference of about 7 or 8 inches in height, with extremely long limbs. And Pacheco, I mean, I can imagine when he gets to 29, 30, he'll probably move up to light heavyweight. But at the moment, he makes the weight fine. And in fact, he also has a victory over Jack Cullen. He stopped him in 4 rounds, and that was 2 years ago, 2023, I think it was. Was it 23? I think it was, yeah. Anyway, okay, so stylistically, if we're talking about Sadjo, in case you haven't seen him, and I haven't seen him fight that much. I have seen him fight a few times, but not that much. Not as much as I've seen Pacheco fight. Sadjo, as you would think, because he's short guy, 5'8", he has a sort of caveman, come forward, put the pressure on you sort of style. Comes forward with a very high guard, and then will throw these left, right, left, big, wide hooks at you. He can bang the body as well. He doesn't entirely headhunt, which means he's had some success to the body. But it's a very high guard, and he ain't outboxed anyone. You don't see many jabs off this guy. As far as Pacheco is concerned, he is the polar opposite. He is, apart from the fact that he's half a foot taller, he's very, I'd say, he's a boxer puncher, you know. With those long levers, he's obviously been schooled to use those dimensions to his advantage. Jabs very well. He does not neglect the body either. He scored I can remember 2 or 3 fights where he scored knockdowns, possibly even knockouts. I'm doing this off memory, but with punches to the body. I think that's how he did for Jack Cullen, actually, if I remember rightly. But he loves the orthodox fighter. He loves the backhand. He loves the right cross as well. Left hook to the body, right cross. He's very, very effective, and he's been brought along well. In fact, his last fight against Trevor McCumbee, it went the distance, which I think surprised a few people. And I mean, he won big. I mean, if he didn't win all the rounds, he won most of them. Pacheco did. But it was good, the fact that he got 12 rounds under his belt. He also had, prior to that, he fought a guy called Stephen Nelson, who was undefeated in 20. And that was more competitive than the McCumbee fight. I mean, I still think Pacheco won it pretty conclusively, but that was a 12-round unanimous decision, and Nelson was, you could tell he wasn't anywhere near Pacheco's skill level or talent level, but he hung tough and he had his little moments. Prior to that, Pacheco got a victory over what's his name, Sulecki. I can't remember his first name. Guy Sulecki. Oh, what the fuck's his first name? He had a pretty decent record, actually. He came with about 33 wins and two defeats, and he got stopped in 6. So yeah, I mean, he can punch a bit, Pacheco. He can. He doesn't. He doesn't rely on his power specifically. he'll set you up for the knockout punches, and he'll fire lovely combinations. He's a tall, thin guy, not entirely unlike what's the guy's name? Fundora. But Fundora, of course, is a light middleweight or super welterweight if you prefer, and is about 8'4" or whatever. He's 6'5", is he 6'6" or something? Not quite the same, but yeah, he uses dimensions well, but also punches. The difference between him and Fundora is that Fundora fights small. He likes to get up close and personal and fight quite small, whereas Pacheco likes to leave things long. He likes to use his dimensions, control the distance, and then because he's got the advantage of the long levers, he's got that power that does carry a bit. It's sort of long power. So that's Pacheco. As far as Sadjo's concerned, I mean, if Sadjo is to have any hope of winning this fight, he's going to have to draw Pacheco into a scrap, because there's no way he just simply cannot win on the outside. He can't even win at mid range. He's going to have to get in close, somehow crawl underneath whatever's coming at him. He's going to have quick feet, get right up close to Pacheco, either force Pacheco to hold, in which case it's up to the referee to do his job and penalise Pacheco for too much holding. But once he gets in close, bang to that body, bang, bang, bang. I mean, left, right, left, right. That is frequently what you see from Sadjo. He very rarely fires single punches, and he almost never jabs from what I've seen of him anyway. But he will fire with both hands. It's very basic stuff. But once he can get in, if he can get in close to Pacheco, he's just got to fire combinations. I mean, 6, 7, 8 punch salvos. Even doesn't matter what he's hitting. Go for the body. Yeah, you can bring it up to the head occasionally. Maybe finish a salvo with a couple of headshots. But even if he can only bang the biceps, I'd do that. I mean, I really think that's his only hope, is to try to wear out Pacheco. And of course, Pacheco has, like I just said, I think 3 of his last 4 have been 12-round distance fights. Whereas curiously, probably because of the quality of his opposition being much lower, Sadjo, I think he's only been 12 rounds once, maybe. And the high knockout ratio that he has is also down to the fact that the quality of the opposition is just nowhere near as good as Pacheco's. I mean, a couple of the guys he's fought have got glossy records, but they don't bear scrutiny, So basically, I mean, who's going to win this fight? I've got to go with Pacheco. I can't see beyond Pacheco. It is possible that Sadjo can trade on toughness, and if he can drag Pacheco into a fight, maybe down the stretch, take over and really ask questions of Pacheco. Yeah, he can do that. It's possible. And maybe outwork him, old man him, outlast him. I don't know. Whenever I do predictions, I have to go on technique. I can't go on the intangibles, because the intangibles are intangible. You don't really know what's going to happen. And the skill set that I've seen from Pacheco, the fact that he's done the distance very recently, he's paced himself well. He's had things his own way a bit too much, maybe, in those 12-round victories. But in all honesty, Sadjo's not a one-punch banger either. So he's going to have to grind down Pacheco, and I just don't see it happening, to be honest. I mean, it wouldn't entirely surprise me if Sadjo lasted into the later rounds, the 10th round maybe, or even went the distance. That wouldn't completely surprise me. But I don't see him winning many rounds. I really don't. So I think this will either be a stoppage between the 8th and the 10th, maybe a very wide distance points win. But no, I'll go for Pacheco to stop Sadjo 8 to 10 rounds, 8, 9, 10, that part of the fight. That's my opinion anyway. Anyway, maybe you've seen more of Kevin Sadjo than I have, in which case let me know. Maybe you think he's got a much better chance than I'm giving him. I don't know. Leave your comments below as usual, and of course subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the like button if you like the video. Spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a good one. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.